Hey guys, sorry. This is another one of those weird videos where I sit here and I talk to you guys. So I started writing this script for like a decade in review for the video games. But here's what I've determined after proofreading the first chunk of script that I wrote is boring. It just ain't shaping up. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw that script in the trash and we're just gonna wing it. What's happened? This is 10 years. The decade in review. So, 2010. Let's rewind. 2010 is a pretty memorable year. I started this decade out graduating from high school, so it was a weird time. That was the year my wife and I met, actually, so pretty easy to remember. But video game wise, things were taking a backseat for me. I played the Prime trilogy that year for some reason. I think because Prime 3 was pretty new. I remember playing that. I also got my DS, a DS Lite. It was my first handheld console, and that was fun. Played Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and then the 2 DS Zelda games around that time. Again, this wasn't all 2010 per se, but this sort of era of, I guess, my existence. In 2011, I also moved out that year. So I was a youngin'. I moved out, and I had an Xbox 360 and a Wii, so I played Skyrim, and I played Skyward Sword as well. L.A. Noire, Borderlands 2, Arkham Asylum, all pretty good games. Skyward Sword, of course, is a pretty standout one, but I actually got it at the end of the year. Couldn't play it right away because I didn't have the Wii Motion Plus. That kind of sucked. Had to wait a couple months to like buy it because I don't know why it took me so long to buy it. So 2012, my son was born, and gaming just like really took a backseat. I just basically didn't sleep most of the time. What did I even do during 2012? I just, worked mostly. The Wii U came out on the same day my son was born, so I did not buy a Wii U on launch. November 18th, 2012. Crazy time. Busy having a baby instead of getting a Wii U, so I didn't do that. Busy just doing the dad thing. And I didn't play any games really for a while. Like I played some like old games, like replayed some N64 games and stuff. But like for a good couple of years, I wasn't really playing any video games. And then in 2014, a buddy of mine was over hanging out. He showed me the first trailer for Breath of the Wild. Just, damn! That obviously was pretty freaking hyped about that. Something went off in my head. I got like pulled back in to the whole gaming sphere. And then shortly after, as a gift, a wedding gift to me, ironically, one of my best friends got me a Wii U at that point, and that was early 2015 at that point. So he got me this Wii U and Smash Bros. And Mario Kart and Super Mario 3D World and Nintendo Land were the games on it. And just, fell in love hard. The Wii U is really what pulled me back into gaming in 2015. This is where the stuff starts getting densely packed with all the games I was playing. The aforementioned Super Mario 3D World, Smash for Wii U, Mario Kart 8, not Deluxe, and Yoshi's Woolly World was a big one as well. Oh gosh, that game is so good. Pikmin 3. There's so many great Wii U games. We rented a lot or borrowed a lot of games from the library. Wii U games just to like try them out as well. That was a weird time too. I was going to the library a lot just to borrow games. It was weird. It was weird. Shovel Knight, of course, got that game. I started making more like gaming analysis type videos as well, which most of them are re-uploaded now on this channel. Super Metroid, of course, I also had downloaded just before getting that Wii U, actually. And that also was a big one for me. It was like the first new game I had bought myself in a really long time was Super Metroid. It was an old game, and now here we are on the Switch era. I'm just breezing through this whole recap of the decade, but now it's Switch time. Obviously, Breath of the Wild is the game of the decade. I got my Switch right at launch. I waited in line for 6 hours holding my bladder. It was a terrible time. Got my Switch and Breath of the Wild, and have since spent 2 years putting 800 hours into it and streaming it, of course. And then, gosh, so many good Switch games. Mario Odyssey, Hollow Knight's another game that I've just fallen really in love with. Another huge significant thing that shortly after getting my Switch, we started the podcast. Jesse and I became friends in 2017 and started the podcast, and that was a really crazy time. So to give you kind of a recap on the history of that, during the lead up to Breath of the Wild in 2016, I briefly worked at ZeldaInformer.com, making YouTube videos for them, and that was going pretty well, and that's kind of where Jesse noticed me, as it were, and then started messaging me asking for help editing videos and stuff like that. I ended up leaving Zelda Informer on, I think, good terms with everyone. Like, I'm still chummy with a lot of the guys there, like Andy and all of them, and I don't think there's any animosity or hard feelings between like Massey's and myself or anything like that. But otherwise, yeah, I've helped Nate at Nintendo Prime for a little bit while he was just getting that running, and Jesse and I became really close, really good friends, and he's one of my best friends now, and we started this podcast, this crazy podcast, which is insane, and I love it. We're at 100 episodes now, which is just awesome, and yeah, and I started this channel this year, and I started streaming in 2018, and I've been streaming now for over a year, and then that's just been a crazy great time. The first decade of my adult life has been just jam-packed. I got married, I had a son, and I started technically my own business, as it were. Aside from my professional life, like all of these huge milestones, and I'm just shocked that people want to watch this stuff. This has stopped becoming a year in review, and it's become just me gushing about things. So I don't really know what else to say. Here's to you, 2019. I don't have a drink in my hand. Thank you guys for watching this stupid video. Again, I had this script and it was all long and sappy, and frankly it was not that entertaining, but I guess we're closing out the year. This is my last video of the year. I didn't really make a video last week because Christmas time, but I just really am grateful, and I want to close out the year by just expressing my gratitude to this little small tiny community that's started growing here right under my nose. It's just wonderful. So I want to give a shout out, of course, to my patrons and a few other special people who have really become, I don't know, pillars in this little burger community. So I really want to say, of course, RPG, like basically my first supporter ever, Chicken Perm, Denny, Tetra, Magnet Dude, Justin. You guys are all really great peeps. Thank you especially for sticking with me. If I forgot to say anybody here, there are more people like DJ and Pionyo and Rin who show up to streams and stuff. So I'm sorry, I can't even. There's too many people to keep track of now. This is a good problem to have. But I love you all, I really do. And every time you guys show up, comment on a video or show up to a stream or something, it makes my day. So Happy New Year to everybody, and I hope you all have a great one. And I will catch you for podcast episode 100. And I guess I will see you all in the new year. I don't know what this video is. I'm so sorry. But bye for now.